Oh, wow.
Figure that out.
I appreciate your help. It is 6 o'clock. We will call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started, this is the anniversary of the terrorist attacks on September 11th. It's the United States. I'd like to pause for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. We have a very busy schedule tonight, but we'll start off with something a little more happy. I have a resolution and a proclamation to address tonight to recognize the 100th anniversary of the Ticonderoga Golf Corporation. So I can ask Nadine Sheehan to come up, and if that's somebody with it, welcome to join you. I'll read the full proclamation and then move the resolution. Nadine, you're not wanted in any states in the country, are you? Your pictures are probably going to end up going up on Facebook. So. You get to hold this. Swirl around underneath you. And I will read the proclamation. I see the photographer is ready. So whereas on Friday, September 4th, 1925, during a well-attended meeting of the Ticonderoga Country Club, it was unanimously decided to purchase the Fred S. Delano Farm on the Hague Road for the construction of a golf course. And whereas Mr. Seymour Dunn of Lake Placid, one of the foremost golf authorities in the United States at that time, was selected to plan the course. And whereas Mr. Dunn, in a talk with local officials on October 20, 1925, expressed approval of the Delano Farm location for an 18-hole golf course, noting the natural contour of the land and stating it would easily be transformed in one of the most picturesque courses in the Adirondacks. And whereas the Ticonderoga Golf Corporation, incorporated with the Secretary of State on October 5th, 1925, with papers filed by attorney F.B. Wicks of Ticonderoga, and noting a $25,000 capitalization with Senator Mortimer Y. Ferris, F.S. Delano, and S.H.P. Pell, identified as original stakeholders, each holding 10 shares of stock. And whereas the Ticonderoga Golf Course opened its new 9-hole course in the Lord Howe Brook Valley on July 31st, 1926, with approximately 50 enthusiasts attending the exercises presided over by New York State Senator Mortimer Y. Ferris, and where the course was referred to as a great asset to the village. And whereas the Ticonderoga Golf Course rushed to complete work on the second 9 holes of the course in September 1930, with completion of a full 18-hole course in 1932, thereby making it one of the finest courses in New York State. And whereas today, the Ticonderoga Golf Corporation remains an important asset to the town of Ticonderoga and the northern Lake George region, making significant economic contributions to the area as a jobs creator and as a business, continuing to offer challenging round of play for golfers at all levels, and supporting the many needs of the Ticonderoga Golf Club and community, including dining opportunities at its Seymour's Restaurant, named to pay homage to its course designer. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Ticonderoga of the state of New York, on this 11th day of September 2025, join with the members of the Ticonderoga community, distinguished guests, family, and friends at this gathering to acknowledge and celebrate 100 years of the Ticonderoga Golf Corporation. Signed by my hand this day and seal, Mark A. Ray, Supervisor. Congratulations.
Can we give one more time? This is our new golf pro, Tom. Can we get one more
Yes,
time and
absolutely.
closer?
Yeah, he's a,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
definitely.
More
Then all
golf.
pictures, but we'll
we'll make it close. Knock it off everybody's feet, then it will be a more attractive.
Just don't cut off our heads. Like my mother did in her picture.
Okay,
I was gonna say, I painted my toes just for this.
well, I've got those two.
Thank you for all you guys do, thank you for coming in. Good luck.
Thank you,
Another
sir.
100 years, I won't be around, but.
Me either. But the club will be, right? Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm gonna send these to, some community, so they will choose what to put in, don't blame me. Putting that out there.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, have fun this weekend.
I'll do my best.
Okay, like I said, we have a really busy schedule tonight. Oh, yeah, I moved it, so I just need a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? A few opening remarks and updates on everything. 108 Montcalm Street, or Newbury Commons as it's known now. I'd like to briefly discuss 108 Montcalm Street. This is an important multi-phase project of which the first phase, a DRI-funded project, is nearing completion. So Newbury Commons is a fantastic success story for Ticonderoga and our first completed DRI project. The structure now has a new roof. It is now structurally stable, preventing collapse. It has been remediated of mold and asbestos contamination in accordance with state requirements. It has a new electrical system, a new colored sign and awning paying homage to its historical past, new brickwork, entry doors for 2 commercial units, windows and frames, all of which complete the DRI project tasks, and so much more. The DRI portion of the project will soon be presented to Empire State Development Corporation for project closeout and to begin the reimbursement process in accordance with the DRI award procedure. So this structure was saved from becoming a burden of the town. It was saved from the imminent collapse, which would have resulted in a pile of rubble and a hole in the center of our downtown business district, which then would have required town taxpayer dollars to remove, leaving a disgusting empty void and an embarrassing scar on our upcoming DRI streetscape project. It was critical for this structure to survive. 108 Montcalm Street was saved through the invaluable wise counseling of New York State, the determination and diligence of the DRI Local Planning Committee, the creative and impactful partnership with TRA and NRDC, timely, incredible, and generous funding efforts, and the necessary, albeit difficult, actions of the Ticonderoga Town Board 1 year ago. These are the only reasons this structure stands today. With any project or issue, there are criticisms. There are claims that Newbury Commons is not Newbury's, which is true. It is not Newbury's, nor could the Newburys that once existed fill that space again as that company's economic situation changed. It is not the same economy as it once was, so this space has been renovated to fit today's economy and today's social needs. We cannot return to 1950s, 60s, or 70s Ticonderoga or apply that era's business concepts to today. It's time to realize that it is time to move on, cherish the memories, preserve what we can, but revitalize for a successful future. I've heard that there's been no change or improvement in Ticonderoga, economically or otherwise. This astonishes me. Look around our town. One does not require rose-colored glasses to clearly see and recognize things have indeed changed, and for the better. Ticonderoga has improved, maybe not to the satisfaction of some, but it has changed nonetheless, with a specifically designed approach. Economic change and revitalization for Ticonderoga occurs by slowly assembling the building blocks that support, encourage, and enable larger projects. I can provide a long list of positive changes that have occurred in Ticonderoga which make up this foundation. I have heard incorrect information about the residential post-DRI phase of the 108 Montcalm Street project, so here are the facts. The apartments in this second phase of the project are not Section 8 housing, and this fact has been stated publicly many times now. These are not low-income apartments. From an income perspective, they could house 80% of our community. Social media claims, without supporting data, that this project will not create one job, drive tourism, or help the economy. To be clear, this phase of the project is not meant to create jobs. It is meant to create housing, to secure jobs and families within our community. Ticonderoga needs housing for working class professionals, education, mill workers, medical, etc. At the same time, however, this phase of the project could provide important jobs for those local contractors who may work on the additional phases of the project. There are also claims that this project cannot help the economy. This parcel will eventually be placed back on the tax rolls with 2 or more new commercial business spaces and at least 5 apartments to provide needed housing, which is necessary if we want to grow economically and encourage, and more importantly, support more investment. I want to thank TRA and the NRDC Newberry Commons Project Director, who has provided services for this DRI project, acting voluntarily for TRA as part of the TRA NRDC partnership established 1 year ago, which saved this structure. The goal has always been to ensure a realistic and feasible project for 108 Montcalm Street within DRI, which, as originally proposed in the initial slate of DRI projects, it was not. This project was not moved forward as initially proposed. The only reason that 108 Montcalm Street project was finally recognized by New York State as transformative was because of the re-envisioned project, which combined a mixed-use approach, commercial and residential use, in a phased effort by the town, phased renovation with subsequent phases funded by additional grant funding. Only subsequent efforts by the town of Ticonderoga, New York State, the DRI Local Planning Committee, and the TRA NRDC partnership made this project feasible and transformative, placing it back on the New York State DRI list of approved projects where we find it today. Words matter. Healthy discourse and positive debate within our community on various issues are important. However, be wary of information and its source, with opinions, without the capability to provide supporting data. With the volumes of information available today through multiple distribution methods, it's vital to ensure that what you read or hear is factual. Social media can serve as a beneficial tool, but when used incorrectly, when weaponized, it can be dangerous and detrimental to Ticonderoga's economic health, as social media is used by employers, individuals looking to relocate, and investors and entrepreneurs. Discussions and snap judgment on social media unfortunately appear to be the norm. I have said this before, venting or complaining on Facebook, although possibly therapeutic, really accomplishes nothing positive and does not affect change. It is much more productive to seek the facts and become more involved in your community through action and not just words, to those on your social media timeline. To all those involved in the 108 Montcalm Street Newberry Commons project, well done, and we look forward to a successful completion of the ensuing project phases. Other announcements, so the town continues to work on its 2026 budget process. We have now concluded 4 budget workshops to date. We have another tomorrow, much to Tanya's dismay. Sorry. Governor, another update, the governor has not yet signed the EMS bill on her desk, which would remove expenditures for EMS services.
I'm sorry, your go-to mic is not on? I got a text.
The governor has not yet signed the EMS bill on her desk, which would remove expenditures for EMS services from the tax cap calculation. This is something that we've talked about at the county board level. It does not, this has been on our desk for a while. What this does is it removes what communities have to pay for EMS services out of the calculation for the tax cap, which for Ticonderoga would mean moving approximately $400,000 from the budget line that is used to calculate whether we're below or above the tax cap. We don't expect her to sign this, and it's certainly probably not going to get signed before we have to make a budget decision for 2026. So Ticonderoga will proceed into the 2026 budget, assuming that bill is not passed, and we will, tonight we will start the process to enact a local law to override the tax cap. Last update announcement here, we have a ribbon cutting set for the Lachute Trail extension. It's scheduled for September 24th at 4:30 in the afternoon. We'll probably meet up in the spoils area and then walk down to the small little pad that's about a third of the way down. So that's all I have for announcements. We have 2 public hearings this evening. One is on a proposed extension to sewer district number 9, Black Point District. The other one is proposed increase in improvement of public facilities, sewer districts 2 through 9, 11, and 12. So at this time, we'll start with sewer district extension for District 9 for Black Point. So the town board has been presented with 2 petitions from property owners seeking extension to the town of Ticonderoga Sewer District number 9. These owners are currently connected to the town's wastewater treatment system, but are not in the sewer district. This proposed action will add them to the district. It does not place any additional burden on the system. It does not include any expenditure for new or additional infrastructure. So at this time, I will open up the floor to any public comment on this particular public hearing. Anyone seeing that there is none, does the board have any comments to this? Seeing that there is none, I will close the public hearing. I have a resolution and public interest order here, and I'm actually going to read the actual order. This is a resolution and public interest order concerning proposed extension to sewer district number 9, Black Point Sewer District in the town of Ticonderoga. Whereas the town board of Ticonderoga has been presented with 2 petitions from the following property owners seeking extension to town of Ticonderoga to sewer district number 9. One is at 42 Black Point Road, tax map parcel number 150.67-5-8.2000. The other at 36 Black Point Road, tax map number 150.67-5-8.100. Whereas the above property owners are currently connected to the town's wastewater treatment system, but are not currently part of the sewer district, and whereas a public hearing was duly noticed and held on September 11, 2025 concerning the above extension, and whereas the town board held the public hearing whereat interested parties were permitted to be heard on the proposed extension, and whereas the proposed extension does not include any expenditure for new or additional infrastructure, and whereas the cost of the sewer district services is proposed to be proportioned among the district property owners as provided by law, and whereas the town board wishes to approve and order the extension to sewer district number 9, Black Point Sewer District, now therefore be it ordered. But the town board finds that A, the petitions are signed, acknowledged, or approved, or authenticated as required by law and are otherwise sufficient. B, whether all the property and property owners within the proposed extension are benefited thereby. C, all the property and property owners benefited are included within the limits of the proposed extension. And D, it is in the public interest to grant in whole the request to add the properties to sewer district number 9, Black Point Sewer District. Be it further ordered that proposed extension to sewer district number 9, Black Point Sewer District, as set forth in the petitions filed with the town clerk and as identified above, is hereby approved. And be it further ordered that the above properties are hereby added to sewer district number 9. And be it further ordered that a copy of this order shall be filed with the town clerk in the Essex County Clerk's office. And be it further ordered that this order shall take effect immediately. We don't have to have a roll call on that, do we? Do we? Okay. Need a roll call vote.
Need a first and second.
I'll move.
I'll second it.
Dave Woods.
Yes.
Mark Wright.
Yes.
Chris Hooper. Yes. Tom Thatcher.
Yes.
Steve Town.
Yes.
Okay.
Pass, okay. Second public hearing this evening is on the proposed increase in improvement of public sewer facility districts 2 through 9, 11, and 12. The town is increasing the expenditure amount for this project. This effort is in the public interest. I will open the public hearing at this time. If anyone has any comments from the floor or the board, you're more than welcome to speak them now. Hearing and seeing none, I will close the public hearing. We have a number of resolutions that are required to close this out. The first is a resolution authorizing the project bond increase. The subject at hand is in the public interest. Do you want me to read the whole thing, or would you, I'll just get to the actual resolution at the end here. So, this resolution is to increase the amount of this project in the amount of $162,967.90. Okay, yeah, that is the substance of the resolution. That brings the total to $21,162,967.90. So if somebody wants to move that.
I'll move.
Second.
Okay,
I'll do a
roll
roll
call.
call, yeah. Dave Woods?
Yes.
Mark Wright?
Yes.
Joyce Cooper?
Yes.
Tom Thatcher?
Yes.
Steve Town?
Yes.
Okay. The next resolution is to actually authorize the bond increase, and let me get back to it. So this is a resolution authorizing the issuance of an additional $162,967.90 serial bonds of the town of Ticonderoga, Essex County, New York, to pay additional costs of the joint increase and improvement of the facilities and sewer districts number 2 through 9, 11, and 12 of the town of Ticonderoga, Essex County, New York. I will again need a first and second.
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay, and we will have another roll call.
Dave Woods?
Yes.
Mark Wright?
Yes.
Joyce Cooper?
Yes.
Tom Thatcher?
Yes.
Steve Town?
Yes.
All right, along with this action come a number of change orders. First is a resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute change order number GC-CO.08. This is a change order that includes payment for the approved additional work at agreed upon prices. This increases the previously approved change orders numbers 1 through 7 by $176,443. So I need a motion on that.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The second change order is a resolution on authorizing the supervisor to execute change order number GC-C0.09. This is a reconciliation change order, a summary of completed contract work at unit price. This changes the, increases the amount from previously approved change orders 1 through 8 by an amount of $269,406.62, making the final contract price $8,579,046.76. And I need a motion on that.
I'll move
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Last change order, resolution authorizing supervisor to execute change order number GC-C0.10. This is a final closeout change order. Increases the previously approved change orders number 1 through 9 by $513,975.76, making the total contract price $8,771,895.90. I need a motion on that.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Finally, with this, we have an amendment to owner engineering agreement. This is amendment number 6. It was marked number 5 in the title, but it is actually 6. I changed it to that number. It does say 6 in the rest of the document. This is a description of the modifications that AES has provided to us. It requires a signature. I'll have a resolution to authorize the supervisor to execute this amendment to owner engineer agreement, amendment number 6, dated 20 July 2015. This is for AES project number 4394, the design and installation of separate stream and clean water main. This is favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. And along with this, we have a final invoice from AES. Again, this is invoice number 168863. I would like to make a resolution, but we can discuss this, we'll put it on the table first. I'd like to make a resolution for the supervisor to execute invoice number 168863 for project 4394 Clean Water Main in the amount of $11,437.92. I'll move it. Someone wants a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion, Matt, did you want to say anything about this one?
No, other than if we had known about that before we did the bond work, we could have added that 10 grand and get a bond. Right now, as it is, you'll have to pay that cash or
Well, we need to
addition.
pay about contingency or something.
Yeah.
Not happy about it, but we'll do it.
No, exactly. They had some additional work even through the end of the project, and they did a substantial amount of work assisting us with the litigation, right? But we can debate whether or not they should or should not have charged, they did not charge for it, so that we don't have to engage in that debate with them, but I will say to their credit, we've not been able to put on the defense we did without the work that particularly Kevin did.
Yeah.
Going through all those invoices, I actually have them someday, they're good tenants, but I've got a printer box, a paper box full of binders,
Yeah.
2,000 pages of material that we have to go through, so,
So, right
I
thing to
have
do.
3 right now, so that'll be 4.
yeah. You can recycle them or do what you want, I'm not throwing them away, I'll wait for them.
Yeah. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. That completes all the actions that we need to do for this particular project, and hopefully this project goes away forever. Okay, that's all I have for public hearings. We'll move on to committee reports, and we'll start with airport.
I'll go through the minutes. We have a meeting on September 2nd. Just got the minutes done this morning, so you don't have a copy of yours, but I'll highlight what was happening. All members were there except one. Mark had another engagement. We had 3 people from the public. Fuel sales were, for the month of August, was 5,116 gallons. So far, we sold 17,691 gallons of gas. And our prices remaining steady at $5.15 a gallon. New hangar, Tim Woods reported that all required permits were progressing, and was hopeful to start building this fall. So that looks good. Porta John at the airport, Keith Callback requested that Porta John be put outside the fence with people, and the town board said no. We're not going to do that for logical reasons. Brian reported that he and Bob Sauls removed brush from the drainage ditch next to the fuel farm, keep it cleaned up and looking good. We got a lot of volunteers, three good volunteers up there that work all the time. On the runway north end tree removal, this copy's got Alan Densmore put together, located all the control points, will supply the survey to Chris, and he's available to mark the area if needed, so hopefully we get that moving and get, they'll clean that out, and then we get back to the needed, that's for the instrument approach. We don't have now, we'll have to get them out of there. Let's see, airport mowing, taxiway and runway have been mowed. The highway superintendent is setting up a schedule for mowing. Keep it mowed back 20-30 feet each. That seems to work just well. John Hanna Memorial Committee agreed there should be a park bench and plaque installed in memory. Both have been ordered now. I don't know what the delivery date is, but they are all ordered.
Okay.
And just as a reminder, the memorial service for John will be Saturday, September 27th at 1 p.m. at the Hague Community Center. All everybody.
Thank you.
What date was that? 27?
Saturday the 27th,
What
1
time?
o'clock at Hague Community Center. Susan?
Did he live in Hague?
Yeah, lives at Saturday. He was the mayor Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Just, our next meeting is Tuesday, October 7th at 8:30.
All right, thank you. Buildings and grounds.
You have anything, Dave?
Just, the fire escape, they're starting that, I'm being, to get,
How long, do you know how long it takes?
it's gonna take at least a month. We're gonna have Jake do all the property. Once we got the codes, we had to, the window has to become a door. And the means of egress has to be such, so many inches, That goes first, and then you put the fire escape.
When it rains, of course.
Mr. Henry Vander Heeven, the NYMAR guy, is gonna be here next week. I think he's got an appointment with Sal, he's got an appointment with police. He wants to see me after, so.
Who is this?
The NYMAR guy who identified the need at the armory for
Oh, the insurance.
egress. Yeah.
Oh,
He wants to see what,
He's meeting, he didn't tell me why he's meeting highway or
yeah.
PD. I assume it's because some of the things he's identified. And then he comes to see me, probably to tell me how it went. So,
Oh, yeah, seriously, why would they want to get one of them guys?
well, probably because Sal's got 4 or 5 write-ups for things that need to be done at highway. And I don't know what PD has. They've already implemented, I think the only thing they had was the implementation of body cameras, and that's been done, so.
PD needs a new building.
And we're on progress, we're in progress of doing that.
You had that on his list.
yeah, I don't know.
He hasn't inspected that yet.
He's been there. He's been there. And he knows that we're getting a new PD.
I think usually we are pretty mindful of what he suggests.
Yeah, we work at him as we go along, but he's gonna be here. I didn't expect it. I usually see him every 2 years, and this is gonna make
Huh,
2 years in a row, so. Anyway, I'll let you know
interesting.
what he's up
As
to.
long as it's not Parks and Rec.
No, well, we don't know yet, Joyce. He hasn't seen the bleachers yet.
Oh, yeah. Those aren't ours.
All right, go
Are you
ahead.
ready for me? Okay, Veterans Park. The deteriorating condition of the landscaping surrounding the Legion's War Memorial was discussed at the meeting. And in the past, the American Legion has maintained the shrubbery, but right now, there's nobody from the organization who can do that. So the groundskeepers will be asked to work on the overgrown shrubs so that the monument will be once more visible. And actually, Jason had asked me about that, so I think it's going to happen soon. Library sculptures. Nicole Green informed the committee, regarding the storybook character sculptures, which will be used in several locations around the front of the building. 6 pieces will be installed thanks to a grant received by NRTC. Did I say that wrong? Yes. A special event, the Fireside Folk Fest, is planned for Friday, October 24th, to celebrate the dedication of these sculptures. This event will start at 4 and go on to at least 8 o'clock. The youth soccer program is in full action right now. Our program is using various locations around the town for practice and for games. This includes Bicentennial Park, the Farmers Market area, Rec Park, and the elementary school. I had hoped that the entire program, except for the older children, would be held at Recreation Park. However, finding enough level ground was not an option. Fields 2 and 3, which are very nice level fields, are being used for football. So our program is here, there, and everywhere. Dialogue will be undertaken to see if the soccer and football program organizers can come up with a joint schedule so our kids can play soccer and football in those fields next year. Field 4 parking. During the softball and baseball seasons, parking is limited everywhere in the park, but especially in Field 2 area. The new Field 4 is directly behind Field 2 and is used for T-ball. These parents are parking near this field. Highway will be asked to put down some kind of permanent material on the hard pan area that's already there to provide convenient parking for this field and help them avoid parking in the poor drainage fields on the east side. Bicentennial Park, this is a petty little thing, but it bothers me. Somebody has been moving picnic benches back and forth from the pavilion to in front of the playground, and once they even moved it into the playground itself. When the benches in front of the playground It allows easy access for youth or young adults to climb one of the 2 maple trees that are located there. Because the original intent of the move was most likely to provide a shaded seating area for adults supervising children at play, a park bench will be ordered for this location. Our groundskeepers will be asked to secure the picnic benches into the building, and they've already done that. The Knox Monument, Bill Dahlbeck noted that a monument honoring Henry Knox, the Henry Knox movement of the cannons has been received and is in storage, I believe, at Tom's house, and a suitable location is needed for this monument. Didn't you say that?
Did you know your comments?
I've had it for about 3 years.
I think
wonder
so.
if they'll want to use it.
It did take Knox that long to move it.
Well, maybe he's still trying to find it. So our next meeting is Tuesday at 8:30. You're welcome to come. By the way, I didn't put it in my minutes, but pickleball is up and at it down at Rec Park. It is unbelievable if you drive by, there's already somebody playing. People are happy, all age groups. I heard some people talking last night at our youth commission meeting about going down and having lessons, and everybody's having a good time. So I'm happy for what Patty did to get some grant money going and some enthusiasm, and I think we're on a roll.
Okay, great. All right, economic development met on this 20th, next meeting's on the 17th of this month. All the minutes, what we discussed are attached to the minutes. I have a couple of resolutions here. First is a resolution to approve the sub-recipient agreement between the town of Ticonderoga and North Country Rural Development Coalition for the administration of 2 New York State DRI projects, beautify the Montown Streetscape and Adirondack Drive to link downtown to the Lachute Riverfront. Contract number noted there, and enhance the Lachute Riverfront to promote natural features with the contract number mentioned there. I'll move that.
I'll second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Second, a resolution to schedule a public hearing on October 9th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the community building for the purpose of hearing public comments on the town of Ticonderoga's community development needs and to discuss the possible submission of a community development block grant, CDBG, application for the 2025 program year.
So moved.
I'll second.
All right, what we're looking at specifically as the first project is Land Bank is buying the Anyway building. And it's going to be remediated, it's going to be demolished and turned into green space. The current owner has discovered, like the owner before him and the owner before him, that building cannot be saved unless you have more money than sense, I guess. Unfortunate that building has to go, but it probably needed to be addressed 15 or 20 years ago.
Is that gonna happen soon?
What we'll do is have a public hearing next month, and at that time, we'll approve the resolution, and then they'll start the grant process. Yeah, they'll get that, probably.
They've already contacted demolition people because I have no idea.
Is it still in the hands of the last owner?
He's selling it.
He's selling
to the
it,
Land Bank.
right? Okay.
He had an engineer come in, and the engineer told him the same thing that the previous engineer told NRDC. It's beyond the same.
Too bad.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Any other comments on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Item. I also have. And I don't have anything else for economic development, so we'll go to highway.
Excuse me, we met on the 26th. They're attached in the back. Just a couple things. The sidewalks are done as of tomorrow for this year. And we're laying out the 80 by 80 parking lot for the skate rink. He's gonna be doing that in the next week or so.
What did they have left for sidewalks?
We did how we could on Algonquin.
Oh, they did something on that?
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
It must have been quick, I was just there the other day, I didn't see it.
They supposedly tore that yesterday, we're gonna report today.
Okay, that's what I didn't see. Oh, good, all right.
They said tomorrow, and then we're gonna do the parking lot at the 80 by 80.
I'll believe it when I
She's
see
been
it.
waiting.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm not gonna lay it, I told Sally yesterday, I'm
Now
gonna
you
lay
go to
it.
fourth time?
I laid it out 3 times, every time they mow over it. So anyways,
When the truck's back in,
That's
put the coals down.
going down, and we're going to use some of the money I had encumbered for the last 2 years to do the highway walls, the 4-foot walls.
Okay.
Gary and Tony Fernandez put me in there, they said that Sal's gonna tear them out, and they can do it.
Oh, great.
So, I'm gonna go as far as money lets us go. Everything else is just nothing.
We've spent probably close to $600,000 over the last 4 years on
On
sidewalks.
How much?
Well, $600,000 on sidewalks,
And you're not done yet?
or 17 miles of them.
17 miles of sidewalk.
Including some that you have to ask yourself if you still need sidewalks. There's sidewalks on street road.
I've never seen anybody walking. Never seen- But I'll tell you, Amherst Avenue was used all the time. Baby
Yes, it is
strollers,
very,
dogs.
very pedestrian traffic. That it?
Yep.
Okay. Municipal facility?
We did have a meeting because there wasn't a movement since then. We have signed a contract with Gallo Construction to renovate the Edmar building. They were low bidder, and they have contracted with Lake Shore Plumbing and Our Electric, which are local
Okay, good.
contractors to work in the facility. They are all set up. I'm not sure of the start date, but they had their first meeting this week. So their submittals are going in and the work will start very quickly.
We're lucky to get those subs.
And it has a building permit on the front door.
Who's the plumbing? Who's the plumbing?
Excuse me?
Lakeside,
Lakeside.
Lakeside,
right up here,
yeah. Electricity.
Okay, cool.
and Our Electric.
Yeah, they've been given a notice to proceed, and I think they got the keys and everything.
Yep, they got the keys ready to go.
Hold it back down the center.
Didn't think we'd get here.
I got no building permit. They have one on the front.
Yeah, on the front.
Perfectly legal.
Soon PD will have a new home. It's not falling down.
Our next meeting will be on the 4th Tuesday of the month, 6 o'clock in the evening. It will be at that facility.
Yeah, okay.
So the committee can see what we're doing. We got something to talk about now.
Great, yeah. Public safety.
Oh, that quick? Okay, we met, Adam Washington and Laura Lindsay. We had approximately 364 calls, incident reports 36, arrests 35, traffic tickets 58, DWI 1, accident investigated 6, and buildings had issued 8 permits, and 5 orders to remedy, and that's it. Everything else is attached to the minutes.
Okay, thanks. Public Works, met on the 26th of August. Minutes are attached. Next meeting is the 30th. And I didn't get any resolutions from Public Works for this month, so we're good to go. So we'll move on to youth.
Oh, pardon me. Sleep at the job. We met this week, actually, and the good news for everybody is the fact that for the first time since I've been on the youth commission, we started the second week of school with our after-school program. So we staffed, and I stopped by today, kids are happy, they're outdoors playing, we were outdoors playing at that time.
Do we attribute that to anything specific?
First of all, because we had enough applicants, and people have really been working on it. I know Tanya works on it a lot, and Jenny Itorino, who sits on that commission, is a high school teacher, so she's always putting the word out too, so that has helped us a lot. So I'm just so pleased. And I guess the summer program went well. I think he said are his minutes in here, I can't. I think he had almost 100 kids signed up, and he usually averaged about 60 kids a day. And they did a variety of things, including going down the bicentennial lot. They went to the Festival Guild programs. They took some field trips other places. I think they went to the fort. And they culminated the summer with a trip to the fun spot. So, and swimming seemed to go well. I think we did well with our inspection at the beach too, which was good news. There were no complaints. And I did talk to James about that today, because we only had 4 lifeguards. There were some days that the beach was not open, and That's unfortunate. However, we stayed open an extra week this summer that we compared to last year. So that was good. I
Okay.
think we have to start now recruiting for next year.
Concur. Seniors, anything?
Unfortunately, I did not get the minutes from the last meeting, but Nikki Torelli from NRPC was the guest speaker that day. She stole a large spark of thunder
Yeah.
when she was there. She talked about 108. She talked about the various programs that are available, through everything from land bank to, being able to get your home audited for efficiency. Basically, she went through the whole list of programs that were available for folks, left a bunch of applications with the seniors, if anybody was interested, to be able to sign up for those programs. Unfortunately, when it comes to senior dinners, the days of special menus are now over. Restaurants are having a little bit of a time. So they're still doing their dinners, but it's just straight off the menu. Everybody orders what they want off the menu now. They are starting to go towards the end of the meeting cycle. We have this month, and then next month, there will be a Christmas party in December, and then they'll be done for the winter time.
What's their Christmas party, is that on a regular Tuesday?
That's the regular, they do a Christmas party instead of a meeting on their regular on that. And so the next meeting will be on Wednesday, the 24th of September.
Great.
I wanted to add that Essex County is providing some health activities for the seniors too.
Yes.
I think she's coming at least once a week and doing that with them. I don't know if you have to be a member of the seniors or not, but it's pretty well attended.
And fortunately, a lot of the things that are offered, that are offered like that, fortunately, you do not have to specifically, a lot of programs you don't have to specifically be a member of the seniors. It's, it's just for seniors in general, which is really nice, because then that means, more people can gain access.
Yeah.
Sal said he had the bumpers, the excellent. I don't know if he's put them in yet or not, I haven't been up to check.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
He
it
did
did.
one?
We noticed them the other
And did he
night.
get the blue paint? He was supposed to do two more handicap
I don't know
things,
that.
but he didn't have any blue paint.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
But there were a lot more bumpers, so we couldn't help but notice they really
I
look
even,
sharp.
I even kicked him.
Give a good test.
Try to drive the car.
I just kicked him, I didn't drive.
And Sal
Somebody did go over.
did something interesting for the kids. He
Almost
drew a
into
white
church.
line from Amherst Avenue walking around down to their room where they meet. So the kids have a space where they know they can safely walk at all times. And the kids like it.
Yeah, James asked for that.
Children like to know where they stand, and so it was very clear now. So they have a little walking.
That's good. Okay, health insurance. I'll be meeting with a health insurance provider on the 23rd of this month about upcoming rate changes. Looking forward to seeing what those are, so we get those into the budget. Contract negotiations, the board met with our labor relations attorney today, kind of lay out what we're going to be doing. You'll be contacting the union representation tomorrow via email, trying to set up some dates to begin negotiations. We have 2 CSEA contracts and 1 PBA contract that are up for negotiation, and they end at the end of this December. So those will get done. Hopefully it's a quick process, painless as possible. Cable, I have, four. First one is, Stefan has learned that on or after August 26, 2025, Music Choice is making updates to their channel lineup. The various channel lineup charges. So you read the rest of that announcement. Number 2, Spectrum recently learned that Olympusat will terminate the distribution of the Victory channel on December 20th, 2025. 19th. Spectrum will display a slate message on its channel that the program is no longer available. Number 3, on or after September 30th, Spectrum will launch the following cable networks on the channel lineup serving the community: Disney XD, Disney Junior, Freedom, FFXX, FXM, Nat Geo Wild, Nat Geo Mundo, and Baby TV and Baby TV's. Exciting. Number 4, Spectrum recently learned that on or around September 4th, HBO and Cinemax rebranded service will be as follows. I won't read those, but I know you wait for those every month, so I make sure that I have them ready to go. Okay, let's get into some financial resolutions, that'll be fun. All right, the first one's quite large. I have a resolution authorizing the following budget transfers. First is to fund under budgeted general accounts and increase costs from contingency. Balancing the general fund after transfer is $53,400.65, and those amounts shown there. Next is to transfer funds from escrow account to the appropriate expense line for the fire insurance escrow, and the amount shown there. Next is to transfer funds from capital reserve for sidewalk replacement, the amount of $63,000. Next is to transfer state aid funds received to the correct expenditure line, the amount shown there for the library. Next is to transfer restitution revenue received to the appropriate expense line, and the amount shown there. Next is to transfer revenue received to the expense line for reimbursement, $50 per quarter. Next is to fund under budgeted highway account increase costs from contingency for highway. Balance after that transfer is $5,157.46. Next is for sewer to fund under budgeted general accounts and increase costs from contingency. The balance in sewer after transfer is $8,381.67. The amount shown there. Water, fund under budget general accounts, increased costs from contingency. The balance in water fund balance after that transfer is $14,172.07. Then finally, transfer the debt revenue received to the appropriate refund and expense line in the amount shown there from SW9. And all of that excitement, I could really use a motion.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion on the, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. The resolution authorizing the following budget adjustments. This is to fund unbudgeted or under-budgeted accounts and increase costs by their respective fund balances of the A fund, BA fund, sewer, and water, and the amounts shown there.
I'll move it.
Thank you.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the following inter-fund transfer. Transfer funds from general to Eagle Lake Water Project in the amount shown there.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Resolution authorizing the following inter-fund loans. First, transfer funds from general to the Chute River Water Walk Project until funding is received, in the amount shown there, and transfer funds from sewer to wastewater treatment plant upgrade project until funding is received, in the amount shown there.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the advertisement for the annual fuel bid.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to advertise for the annual construction and debris bid.
So moved.
Second.
Take your bid. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A resolution to advertise for the annual cemetery fall cleanup.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to reappoint Letitia Williams as Ticonderoga Sole Assessor to a 6-year term.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing David Burrows to attend 2 training courses, land use controls and revising zoning, on September 22, 2025 in Elizabethtown from 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. This would include any applicable overtime and mileage.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution approving the airport hangar lease agreement between between the town of Ticonderoga and Lieutenant Tim Woods for the Ticonderoga Municipal Airport 4B6.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Took a long time to get here.
Jeez, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order with Seaward Equipment in the amount of $5,891.76 for 12 each. Pressure switch on-off, pressure switch alarm, top bearing, bottom bearing, mechanical seal assembly, 6-motor control board service kit, 2-motor with seal assembly, with funds to come from budgeted funds, and further authorizing department head or town supervisor to execute said purchase order.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order with Eagle Point Gun in the amount of $2,616.08 for ammo, with funds to come from budgeted funds, further authorizing department head or town supervisor to execute said purchase order.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution authorizing the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order with accredited security in the amount of $1,413 for 2 Taser X26P pre-owned model 110227 tasers, with funds to come from budgeted funds, and further authorizing department head or town supervisor to execute said purchase order.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. A resolution introducing the consideration for a proposed local law entitled "A Local Law to Override the Tax Levy Limit" established in General Municipal Law, Section 3C, and scheduling a public hearing regarding the proposed local law to be held on October 9th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Ticonderoga Town Offices.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion.
So do you want to have that on the 9th at the board meeting and not the financial meeting in October? We could talk about that. I mean, it's okay. But
And you get to the financial meeting when? Which one?
we had talked about starting it at the financial meeting in October and then tabling it until the,
Oh, this one was going to be tabled as well?
what's the other one going to be?
About the salaries and, what was the other one?
This was the only one I knew about.
This was,
But yeah, you can have it that day, I just was kind of.
So we can leave it open.
Yeah, just, yeah,
what's that?
leave it open, yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that we were doing this one. I knew that we were doing the,
No, it's okay.
Did we get that one closed out?
Dave first was seconded.
Okay, we can do it all in favor of this?
Aye.
Opposed?
Seconded.
I'll second it.
It was a double.
Okay, sorry.
Cancel that.
Right, all in favor?
Aye.
The resolution to close Montcalm Street on October 24th, 2025 for the Fireside Folk Festival from the hours of 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Closure will occur between the intersections of Montcalm Street, Lake George Avenue, and Montcalm Street and Champlain Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution supporting and requesting the removal of certain parcels from county tax foreclosure auction and donation to the Essex County Land Bank if lawful. Let's put on the table first and we'll discuss.
So moved.
I'll second.
All right. We're not sure how this is going to go with the current Hennepin law, but right now, the request is the 5 parcels include 105 Montcalm Street, 6 Battery Street, 56 Lake George Avenue, 7 Wiley, and 21 Lake George Avenue. The town has done this before with a couple of parcels, but that was before Hennepin rule came out. Not quite sure how this is going to go. All this resolution does is seek authority to bring it up to the county level. And then the county attorney can figure out what we can and can't do with the county treasurer. It should be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, any discussion? These are all blight properties.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good news.
We've been real successful with some of them. Of course, one of them was donated by the actual landlord, which made it much in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. A resolution supporting and requesting removal of certain parcels from the county, oh, I did that one. Just in checking. Resolution to enter into a license and use of facilities agreement between the town of Ticonderoga and North Country Rural Development Coalition for the installation and maintenance of Children's Sculptures Garden on the library property.
I'll move.
I'll second.
As Joyce had discussed earlier, this is for the sculpture garden. This agreement basically allows NRDC to put the sculptures on town property. They maintain them, we don't do
We
anything.
don't have to do anything. Except
Well,
close
I have
the
to
street.
trim the grass around it,
Yeah, they'll have to do.
if there's grass around it, I don't know.
Apparently they'll be landscaped properly too, so I hope so.
All right. Any further discussion on that? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Resolution to schedule a public hearing on October 9th at 6 p.m. in the offices of the town of Ticonderoga for the purpose of determining whether or not the property located at 144 The Portage, tax map number 150.51-6-5.200 has become a nuisance under local law number 2 of 2011.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on that?
No.
Town is no longer tolerating this stuff, so.
Amen.
Yes.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to accept the minutes of the August 14, 2025, regular town board meeting, August 21, 2025, budget workshop number 1, August 27, 2025, budget workshop number 2, September 4, 2025, budget workshop number 3, and September 9, 2025, budget workshop number 4.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Resolution to pay the abstract.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to accept the supervisor's report as submitted.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Tom, do you have anything?
I don't believe so.
Attorney, do you have anything?
Huge fan of long agendas.
That's a little deceiving, isn't it? You think you'd be here all night? You're not.
My 25-year-old theory,
You got
long
Speedy,
agendas made for short
you
meetings.
got Speedy Gonzalez here, so.
I looked at it.
Short agendas, long meetings, you're gonna find out.
I hold the record for the shortest meeting.
Yeah.
Nine
Yes.
I
minutes.
don't think that's something you can do.
For the police station. What's your name? She said, Dave, you beat the record, you're 9 minutes, we're done.
Anything the board has before we go to public comment? All right, I'll open the floor to public comment. Anybody have anything for us tonight? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Supervisor Wright. My name is Chris Novitsky, Lake George Waterkeeper, and I'm here to ask the board to consider a resolution. I forwarded it to the supervisor about 3 weeks ago and tried to follow up with some calls, but we just didn't connect. This is regarding the Lake George Road Salt Reduction Initiative that we've had going for 10 years. We're on our 10th anniversary, and we are looking to have a MOU that was originally adopted back 10 years ago in 2015, readopted by all the towns around the lake that are participating in this, which are all the towns. And in summary, it's basically the same resolution with some updates on science that we've added, as well as some of the successes that we've seen over 10 years. With the municipalities, I can't say we had much success with New York State DOT, but this is regarding the municipalities. So in short, the introduction is the purpose of the memorandum of understanding, and I have copies here if anyone would be interested. Could I pass them out? Or?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. They don't want to make your meeting any longer. I feel
That's
pressured
okay,
here.
Steve. You get blamed for that.
I've been blamed for a lot.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Good to have something new.
Guys are in this business. You got it now.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. I'm done for it.
Yeah, watch that then.
But I'll just read the opening paragraph. purpose of the memorandum of understanding is to describe an agreement among municipal governments bordering Lake George, recognizing the Lake George Road Salt Reduction Initiative, which is a program to address the levels of chloride in and currently entering Lake George by reducing the application of road salt for winter maintenance and de-icing practices. The Road Salt Reduction Initiative is celebrating its 10th year, and it was based upon the MOU that municipalities bordering Lake George unanimously adopted in 2015. The MOU is not a binding commitment, but is a statement of the municipalities to recognize the 10th anniversary of the Road Salt Reduction Initiative and of the intent of the municipalities signing this document to work in good faith to continue their partnership in the Road Salt Reduction Initiative to reduce the levels of road salt applications surrounding Lake George. We provide information on science as well as information on the amount of salt that's been added and purchased, which I worked with the town earlier this summer on, as well as information on various levels. Some of the Sal has worked with us. We've provided training. Lake George Association has provided $2.2 million in grants over 10 years to help towns with purchasing equipment. For training, we have a contractor on staff with advisors who works with all the towns as well as the counties. And we're starting to see some reductions in Hague. We've actually seen the town of Hague drop their road salt purchases by 60%. We've actually seen changes in Hague Brook. We monitor those with the Jefferson Project. We are starting to see, in fact, we have our annual Salt Summit in 2 weeks down at the Fort William Henry. It's open, it's free. Everyone can come, but we're going to have a presentation on the successes, as well as a paper that we have under review to be published in a journal on the modeling of the return of Lake George. We saw the chloride levels triple over 40 years from 1980 to 35 years to 2015. We're now seeing them level out and plateau. Part of that's due to the changing winters, but part of that's due to the road salt reduction. So I'm hoping the board could consider this, and we are hoping there's no financial commitment at all by the town here.
But there are commitments here, I can see that.
Yeah, there are commitments to, you agree to, and I can walk through those.
No, you don't need to, you don't need, I don't know. I just see there's a few, you did say that you've been discussing and working with Sal on.
Yeah, we have. We've already got the towns of Bolton, Hague, Lake George, Dresden. I'm hoping Putnam in a little bit to be approving this, and we want to have all towns by the 24th so that we can announce it. As well as always, we are open to having the towns utilize our services as well in the grants that are available.
So did Ticonderoga sign this originally back?
Yes, they did. Yep. Yep.
I guess
that worked
Yes.
I don't really
Yes,
have,
attorney and staff.
I don't have a real problem with this, but it commits Sal to do some things. I don't have any,
Definitely be buying from the municipalities.
I don't have any control over Sal. So if there's a problem, you go get Sal.
I know, I have a hard time. I've driven up and left my business card on the door there.
Bristle with this, it took a lot of convincing. There was a lot of skepticism 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, I understand, and from what I understand from Highway, there are some locations where Brian does not work.
Yep.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
We are not
Just
saying
gonna say
eliminate road salt.
No, I understand, you do your best to reduce it where.
Reduce it and use it wisely, and we think with increasing the knowledge and the equipment available, the equipment is more expensive, but we found that it's about a 3-year return on investment. If you go with brine or if you go with a live edge plow, after 3 years, you recoup that increased cost by your reduction.
I apologize for not getting back to you.
No, it's okay.
It's budget season, I ignore everybody. Have an equal opportunity ignorer, so.
No, I understand and.
Sorry you had to come up here and physically assault us on this. Probably could have handled it better.
No, that's, I understand and I appreciate the time to get up and see the boards.
What's the board's feeling on this?
Well, I live on 9N, and since they started this program, my road's been in a lot better shape.
Okay.
A lot of it was Mitch Cole, but last year his replacement did an excellent job.
Did you still have mailboxes?
Never hit mine.
Okay.
All you have to do is look at the Northway, know what salt does to
Yeah,
Yeah.
plant life.
yeah. And we're working with DOT. I sit on or sat on the governor's Adirondack Road Salt Task Force. And we put out a report. In fact, we had a meeting, a roundtable with the legislature and DOT about 3 weeks ago. And I tend to be a little more reserved in those meetings, but I let them know what our findings are showing. And that they need to partner up. If small towns in the Adirondacks can invest and reduce road salt, the biggest agency in the state can do it.
Yeah.
And that's what we call them out, so.
Anyone?
Are you talking just Lake George? Just Lake George
Basin.
itself?
All the basin, all the towns around the basin.
Like, can they use, like, if, they can use salt up in Chilson and go back in the woods?
Oh, yeah. And we're not
I
saying
mean,
you
you're just
can't.
talking. Yeah.
You can use it along Baldwin and Black Point Road. We're just use it wise, exactly. And understand the weather conditions and
Right.
you scale back.
Not just solve everything, just
Yeah.
how we can do it.
You know, I say, get away from the moron approach, where you keep putting moron and moron. You see that in parking lots around.
Shape bumper sticker.
I know.
Vermont has really gotten behind it though.
They're doing better, we partner with them. In fact, we named our salt summit the Adirondack Champlain Regional Salt Summit. So it's not just, it's the Adirondacks, and the work here is spread through the Adirondacks, so a lot of other
It's definitely
towns.
not a bad thing.
No, and you can save money, and it doesn't endanger, public traffic, so.
All right. So I will propose a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign a memorandum of understanding for this program. You gonna get us a non-draft form?
Yeah, I kept draft until, and we'll forward that, please.
Okay, can I have somebody move that?
I moved it. I seconded it.
Okay, we got 2 moves in 2 seconds. I'm gonna do it.
Wow.
Joyce, I got you second.
Okay.
Can't get much better than that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, carried. Thank you.
Thank you, board, I really appreciate the time, thank you.
How many of those do you like?
Yeah, continue, thanks.
50% of the time?
Thanks for coming,
Oh, you got it.
holding us down.
About the flag?
Hey, good luck with DOT.
Thank you. I might call on you, supervisor. They don't respond to me.
31st.
They don't respond to me too quickly when the elected officials join in. Listen, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. All right, anything else from public comment?
Is he even not close?
It was right down there.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
No, it was right before the mountain.
Yeah,
So I
right.
thought now.
It's a really nice house
Oh,
right
really?
before the mountain.
I didn't even catch his name.
Chris, that's.
He's been there forever.
I would like a motion to enter into executive session to discuss personnel issues.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are now in executive session